Screen Fiends Christmas. Screen Fiends Christmas. Screen Fiends Christmas.
It's getting awkward.
Because that's definitely not going to work, is it? No, this is just 2015 summary. Woo!
Yeah, welcome to the latest Screen Fiends podcast, and this time we are talking about all the good shit from out the year.
What accent is that? Yes, master. Welcome to the Screen Fiends podcast.
That was better than the accent I was going for.
Yeah.
So,
2015.
You do the intro, Sam.
On the special Christmas episode.
Well, we're talking.
I missed out on a Halloween special, so.
Oh my god. Okay, well, we're going to wrap up.
Wrap up? We haven't started yet.
Good show, guys. See you next year.
Well, yeah, it's been magical.
Our films of 2015. Our favourite films of
Yeah.
2015.
And other such.
And-
But we'll start with film.
We'll start with films. Let's get
Yeah.
cracking with... Crack-a-lacking with a film of Wilmer's. And who's going to start?
Well, Luke, as our
I was
resident
going to say,
The
come on,
resident
what
film
were we
guy,
asking?
film
Yeah.
buff, you
Film
tell us
buff.
what you like, and me and Akita
like-
will shoot you down.
I was going to say, basically, me and Sam are
That's
just
what
going to
tends
say,
to
I like
happen.
this film was good, and Luke will be like, well, the director in this, and the producer, and apparently, I don't... Just tell
Do you know
us
what
which
it's called?
film you
It's
like.
called having an informed opinion.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. Right, go on then, give us your informed opinion on...
I know it's a film that you guys don't like as well. That's a funny thing.
no.
Yeah.
So-
Oh no! Why didn't I think that you were going to talk about this?
So basically, my film of the year is Mad Max
Yeah.
Fury Road, because basically, my reasoning behind it was simple. There's a lot of films, action films at the moment, and the action box office films in general are kind of dominated by a sort of slew of superhero films, and they're all good, but they're all sort of highly generic, and there's reasons for them being so, but there's because they're kind of out purely to make money, there's very little artistically to them, so it's very rare for a blockbuster to come along that actually has some artistic merit and is well shot and well written as well. And I think I think it's Greg Miller. I'm forgetting people's names now. I'm sure it's Greg Miller, the director. George Miller, sorry. Yeah, close enough. Didn't do my research. I only watched the film and didn't do all the research. Yeah, sorry. George Miller sort of graced us with Mad Max, and he obviously had a few Mad Max films out in the 80s. And they're kind of highly stylised. I can understand why not everyone would like them. He kind of presents to us sort of this post-apocalyptic punk universe, which is like probably not palatable for everyone, but at the same time, the film is beautifully shot. It's for example, I love the way the sort of like vastness of the desert is sort of juxtaposed against the action of like the warring tribes, and there's loads of sort of iconic sort of. There's loads of iconic scenes as well. Cinema, it's got good cinematography, and the same can't be said about most other action films that have come out this year. Not only that as well, it's actually got some subtext, something that's sorely lacking again from most blockbuster films. It's quite obvious subtext as well, to be fair. But it's kind of like it kind of demonstrates how the populace can be controlled by a few greedy people. In the film, they kind of worship oil, and then they also go on to show how important water is as well as as a control tool. It's the most precious commodity there is, and it's used to control people. So you've got this really highly stylised film that's beautifully shot, some great performances across the board. It's got meaning, it's got subtext, there's some iconic scenes. And fair enough, the universe of post-apocalyptic sort of punk stylings won't appeal to everyone, but I can't think of another film this year that has been a blockbuster and been artistic as well. So that's why Mad Max is my film of the year.
Brilliant.
You don't look very happy.
Right. No, I won't. No. That's really good. I'm glad you liked it, Luke. I'm glad you felt all those things about
That's
it.
not patronising.
No, I'm glad.
Good for you!
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will not state my opinion on it.
No,
Because there's no point, is there? No, there's no point.
Just because you don't like a film doesn't not make it a good film.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that you could see all of those things within the film. I'm glad that you could see and you felt that it was like really good.
I did
in
feel
certain
this,
departments.
and of course the critics and the people felt this as well.
the people who are really important. You know, these people who've got this.
No,
great
just
box
Box
office
office not so much.
Actually-
It's only number 19.
Yeah, because it was up against films like Ant-Man, which even itself didn't do that well in comparison to other films. Up against films like Fast and Furious, a well-established franchise. All of
Ant-Man
them.
was number 12.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even that it was still did well, but in comparison to the other films from the other Marvel stable, not so well. So for a film like Mad Max to come out and do well and be so starkly different to everything else speaks a lot. It speaks a lot about originality in films, and I actually really appreciate good films that make statements and they have some artistic merit to them. There's a difference between, I love superhero films. Everyone knows I love superhero films. I love all of these Captain Americas and that. But they're all generic. They're all basically telling the same story, as much as I love them. And there's a reason for that. They want to keep them the same for continuity. I can't say that word. Continuity. Thank you. But but at the same time, even though it kind of works for that universe, they're all highly generic. I want to see some original films. I mean, Fast and Furious. I quite enjoyed Fast and Furious 7, but it was still highly generic, ridiculously over the top.
Entertaining though. And is that not why you go to the cinema for?
It's entertaining.
Are you not entertained?
It is. It's highly entertaining. It's. Shut up.
That's Fast and Furious.
But I look at it like this. Those type of films, they're there to do a job, they're there to make money, but they're not there to say anything important or do anything or be artistically good. They've got mostly bad cinematography, overuse of CGI.
I don't think it's got bad cinematography. I don't think you can just poo-poo something because it hasn't got
ironically,
a plot that speaks to you or something. Like, it's entertaining. And
no,
that's
really good. That's exactly, it serves the purpose. But it's like the difference between eating at the Ritz and eating at McDonald's. We've been to McDonald's earlier, perfectly fine, but it's not the Ritz.
No, I disagree. There's like.
Are we talking about films or?
I was using an analogy there.
Right. Okay. Because I feel like we're getting a bit in depth into
Is
one
right?
film.
Okay. Is that the film you most enjoyed watching?
Yeah, I thought it was because it was. It's a very rare blockbuster in that it was one that appealed to me purely for entertainment, but it also had some subtext to it as well. It was almost a perfect film. I mean, I know that it really was. Fair enough, the post-apocalyptic setting might not appeal to everyone, but at least it had something to say, and at least it was highly stylized. And the choreography as well. It had an almost perfect balance between CGI and practical
I thought the graphics
effects.
and the CGI were very nice. They looked really pretty.
This is a person who recently watched Mean Girls 2.
And I said that was terrible.
Mic drop.
And I said that was terrible. I just watched it because I needed to say I
Called an
watched
informed
it.
opinion.
Yeah. But no, I just thought Mad Max, the graphics looked really good. That's the only good thing I can say about it. I thought everything else was terrible.
See, what do you mean terrible though? Because I don't understand this. Because I can understand you not liking the stylings of it. It's one of those things that would be sort of quite divisive. I'd imagine it's highly stylized, and you got these crazy people running around with like.
I don't think it said anything new. I don't think it said anything new that the others hadn't said.
It's not what new as in.
Like.
Oh my god, you do realise this is literally just going to become like a Mad Max video. We're already like...
We'll move on to it.
No, you know what I mean? For all of its, it only seems original because it hasn't been done since the last time Mad Max did it.
Well, this is the thing. This is what I find quite interesting. Is obviously it's been done before, but that was going on 20 years ago, or over 20 years ago since the first Mad Max came out. In fact,
so it's a breath of fresh air, but it's not original per se.
Say original is a bit of a stretch with any sort of medium because it's actually almost impossible to be 100% original.
I mean literally because it's a sequel of.
And it's a sequel.
The same universe. That's what.
But I think what's nice about it is there's obviously a trend of rebooting franchises and that at the moment. But the fact that it come from George Miller himself, and he did such a good job of it, speaks a lot. I mean, you guys could say what you want, but I know that it was a fantastic film. To me, anyway,
That's what I'm saying to you. That's brilliant.
Film is subjective,
Yeah.
but on many levels, that film works well. I mean, there's some things that are just objectively good. There are things where you can say where you can breeze on by, or there's things that are just objectively good. And to look at the cinematography, it's fantastic. The writing's very strong. There's really, really strong female heroines in there as well, and well-balanced characters. These things are objectively good, and the same can't be said about a lot of other films, including many of my other favourite films. They do a job, but they didn't do as good as Mad Max.
Okay, Nikita, what was it?
Well, in all fairness, I struggled to pick one, but I'm sure you're gonna like it. But I liked. Did either of you see Tomorrowland this year?
No, I wanted to.
Tomorrowland, is that the Disney one?
Yeah, yes, it is Disney.
Didn't that flop?
Honestly, I have no idea. Obviously,
I think
just
it
kind of
got good, critical reviews. But
Yeah.
I think it came out in
Well,
kind of
yeah.
a period.
All I
I
remember
don't-
is
I
it
don't-
coming and going.
To be honest, I don't really look at what any kind of rating for anything. I just kind of watch the film and see if I enjoy it.
Number
But-
24 on the old box office here.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really good. It as much as the story was kind of put out there, it was under the message that this Tomorrowland, they'd given away all these tokens, and there were only a dozen, I think there were, tokens, and every time you touch the token, you go to Tomorrowland. And it was to give this idea of the world will end unless we make changes, like become more green and things like that, and save energy and stop polluting the world and stuff like that. That will all just be,
Very
there'll be an
poignant
end.
with the whole G20.
Sounds a mixture in my head. I'm picturing a cross between Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, someone getting some sort of golden ticket, and Avatar, with just mass deforestation.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was really
And then
good.
George Clooney breezing on through with his just crooning on through because he's cool.
It was thought provoking. It's one of those films that when the credits come up, it makes you go, that was interesting. That's made you think about this and that and this and that, which I like. I like that. Dope was a brilliant film.
Oh,
I
you
liked
recommended
this
that to
year.
me. I
Have you
haven't
still
seen
not
that.
seen it?
No, I haven't watched
It's
it.
very
I haven't
good.
even heard of this. So what the hell is dope?
Are you on about the drug or the film?
Dope, the film. No, it's basically a bunch of kids who are really into 90s kind of hip hop kind of culture, and they just get in with
It's one about me.
totally.
That's why I haven't.
That's why you haven't seen it, yeah. But no, they just get involved in something terribly wrong. This one kid, not planned, but he ends up with a bag of drugs that isn't even his, and it's just
Dope.
but they figure out a way they need to get rid of it to make this guy money who's in jail. It was
Oh, they
his
have to
drugs.
make money off it. I was
have
going
to
to
make
say
money
they could
off
just throw it into a river.
No, and
Or smoked it all.
because they're a bunch of geeks, they realise that they can do it online with bitcoins because they're untraceable. So they start selling weed online using bitcoins, and it's actually really
Is it based
it's
on a
really
true
quite.
story? Didn't some?
I
there's some-
think it could be. Yeah, I'm fairly
sure I
it
heard that
is.
in the
Yeah.
news.
No, I thought
There have been some Bitcoin scandals, so maybe it is based on that.
Based
yeah,
on
because
maybe not directly, but
being
yeah.
untraceable and stuff. No,
Inspired by.
that was a good film. The new Cinderella. Have you seen the new Cinderella adaptation?
No.
God, why? Are you...
They're making.
This is why I'm a female, and this is why I'm
Any
here.
of these
Because I need to
films.
bring these in. No, the new Cinderella remake. I thought that was really good. I think
Is
they
she
did
into
really well
90s
with
hip
that.
hop as well?
No, I thought that was
Cinderella's
good.
back. And this time, she means business.
Please tell me you've seen.
Shall go to the ball, motherfucker.
Shut! Please tell me you've seen Minions.
Yeah, I've seen most of it, but to be
Then you can't
no,
really
I've
say.
seen most of it because I was a little bit let. No, I have seen it. Sorry, I've seen all of it, and I was a little bit let down.
Seriously, like in my opinion, people kept going. I mean, Minions have become everywhere, and it annoyed me. But my dad,
Banana.
my dad was actually the one who said, "No, you should really watch it because it's actually pretty good." And it's because it's a prequel to the Despicable Me franchise. It's really good because it just shows the Minions from like the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Trying to go through time and find the baddest person that they can worship and that can be their boss.
Sandra
And it-
Bullock's in it. Is that right?
I think so. It's really funny going through like all of I don't name some time periods because they were there.
The dinosaurs.
Yeah, they were probably there. didn't know they were there.
The
actually.
night, the,
Greco-Roman.
Where,
oh, it's named. I was trying
yeah.
to name stupid times, so you named a real time.
Yeah, all those kind of things. No, I
Dark
thought that was
Ages.
good.
Feudal Japan.
I haven't seen the latest Hunger Games or the last Hunger Games, the Mockingjay Part 2. I haven't seen
it
that
yet.
yet.
Can I just
But
say,
apparently that wasn't rated very well. Which
I've not been into them. It looks like a really tame version of Battle Royale.
No, it's not.
Well,
Is it not? Because Battle Royale
I
is
really
the shit,
enjoyed
man.
The
It's so
actual
cool.
like Hunger Game aspect of it is only really prominent in the first.
That's what I'm
two.
thinking because
Yeah.
I mean, in the books, I thought the books were really good, but same with Harry Potter. Why did they split up the last one like they've done with this one? I
Oh,
don't
it's
know why
just
they
a
split it up.
trend.
trilogy, right?
Yeah, they
it
do
but
that all
there
the
isn't
time
enough, There isn't enough to fill both sides,
No.
so whatever. They
I'll
do
have
that,
to watch
that's
them.
the same.
I always get into, well, I say always. Last time I had band practice, I got into an argument with my drummer because I absolutely hate Cadmus Everdeen. I think she's like such a terrible.
She's really vanilla, isn't she? I think she's a terrible
I
person
think
to
she's
follow.
a terrible person. Yeah, she doesn't want to be part of this whole thing
No.
to start with.
Doesn't want to be part of it.
She comes up with like a list of things to
Yeah.
be like, right, I'll be part of this
If,
good
yeah,
cause
yeah,
if you do this for
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just
I
like,
don't.
yeah,
I
she's a
don't.
really bad
She's a bit-
person.
I
She
don't
puts
like her.
two guys
like-
against
that's like not-
each
I-
other.
I don't
But I kind of like a
Better than
hero who
Twilight.
isn't perfect. So
No, but she's
No,
not
but
like
she's
doing
not.
it like
She's just-
being
she's
a
just-
dick. Like,
She's a bit of a pain. But my favourite film of 2015.
oh, you're doing a whole rundown.
Yeah, that was just like a few that
Yeah,
I liked
we
the
want
look
to
of.
talk about more than one film.
Yeah.
I would have talked about more than one
You've
film.
had your chance.
My favourite film of 2015 was Jurassic World. I know, and it genuinely was, because I'm gonna say that was my favourite film because from start to finish, I was really gripped by it, and I enjoyed watching the whole thing from start to finish. And the memorabilia in it wasn't. I thought that was really well placed and everything as well. Considering I haven't seen the original Jurassic Parks, probably all the way through, and probably for a very long time. I thought that was really quite tasteful the way they just dropped those in there. And I
In my
thought
opinion,
it was really good.
I really enjoyed it. It was a highly enjoyable film. But film of the year, nah. It's basically a retelling of Jurassic Park 1. And it's not bad, but it's not particular. It's not that good either.
It is kind of like a retelling, but you get to see the park in all its glory.
exactly.
And you'd be like, oh, this is
And it's
awesome.
in the
This is-
future, and it's like, oh, they've learned
But
from their.
what I loved about it
things
is like, I think when we talked about it before, I was saying like, there's so many like cheesy things in there, but make the world feel a lot more real. You know,
Yeah.
like the Samsung
Yeah.
Initiative Center or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They're just like, that's awesome. Of course, it would be sponsored, and they got like
Yeah.
a Starbucks and all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
there is definitely a lot of cool stuff in there that I really, really liked. I thought it was
loved-
really enjoyable.
I loved the guy in the actual control unit, and he was wearing
Yeah.
an old Jurassic Park top.
Yeah.
And she was like, "When did you get that from eBay?"
Yeah,
I know. I just thought it was really.
yeah.
good from
It's
start
very
to
it's
finish.
enjoyable, but I've seen it. I don't know. I just
It's enjoyable. That's why it was my film of the year, Sam.
no. You can't just you can't just palm me off like that after ripping me for Mad Max.
I didn't review. That's the thing. I didn't. I just said it
Yeah,
wasn't my
it's-
cup
She
of
just
tea.
casually dismissed you.
There's
Just-
Yeah,
I
just casually
literally,
dismissed
I just
me.
literally said that wasn't my film, and I was glad that you enjoyed it. But like, say how now you say I'm glad you enjoyed Jurassic World, Keith. I'm glad that you think that that's your film of the year. That's my film of the year.
My film of the year hasn't come out yet.
Really?
Oh, you can't,
It comes
no.
out in 4 days.
You can't. It's got to be a
I
film.
wonder what it is.
No.
You have to tell me.
Okay, I suppose I'll have to discount that. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've booked. I work a 7-day fortnight, and I've booked the 2 days off of my short week, so I can go and watch it. So I have a week.
You're gonna
off
watch
to
it
Star
multiple
Wars.
times, and you?
Oh yes, oh yes. I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching it at midnight
Cute.
in standard.
Yeah.
That's just so I can't be spoiled. So I'm just like, right, okay, I know what's going on, and then I'm going to enjoy it. So I might watch it in 3D, watch it in IMAX. I intend to watch it in
all the
IMAX.
formats.
But
Pirate a
apparently-
copy of it as well, just because.
Nah. But apparently, it's
No,
meant
that'll
to be
be
really
crap
good in
for a
IMAX.
while.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you know, like
cams.
how Dark Knight shot like a few scenes in IMAX. I think there's
Yeah.
like similar stuff in Star Wars. But anyway, films that have actually come out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn. I liked Bond. I thought Bond was really, really good. It felt like.
Is it Spectre?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's
I
really
do
good.
want to.
It
though.
feels like from the last few films they've been really dark and gritty,
Mm.
and it feels like now they've gone okay. Now you can make a Bond film
Yeah,
because they've
yeah.
added a lot more humour into it. It's a lot more of your traditional plot points and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I really liked Spectre, but I absolutely hate goddamn theme song. It's
Oh,
the
I
worst in
know.
the world.
I know.
Good
I know.
God.
It was
Sam Smith.
it's a really good singer, but it doesn't.
It's ballless.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't go anywhere in this
No.
Not
in the
enough,
song.
is it?
The film I agree is actually really enjoyable. Although I didn't like it as much as Skyfall. I know we disagree on this.
Yeah, I didn't like Skyfall. I thought the villain was so underwhelming in Skyfall.
I thought it was the opposite away because I'm a massive fan of Christopher Waltz and I just didn't feel like I've seen him enough. I was like, no, I want more Christopher Waltz.
He'll be back though. That's the thing.
I hope so.
They've set it up so for him to be reoccurring anyway, I imagine. The other thing, Mission Impossible was really good.
It
That
was.
I haven't seen that
good.
yet.
It was, but it didn't really stand out against some of the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of passed by because there's a lot of other films around it. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, cool, Mission
It
Impossible.
was really enjoyable.
But it was really well received. It's like in the top 10.
Hey, Cinderella's 8.
There you go.
Told you.
No, and then, like I say,
Minions 5.
Age of Ultron, I forgot I watched that. Basically.
Yeah.
Like, it was good, but it's just, I think we'd set ourselves such a high standard with the first Avengers. That
The original Avengers
just-
was much better. I think it was just a lot of smash,
Yeah,
smash, bang, bang.
because
Let's destroy.
It was just
let's
like there's
destroy
so many
everything.
wow moments that they tried to recapture in this that
Yeah.
didn't really
Yeah.
come across.
Yeah.
But it was still really, really good.
I loved the casting of James Spader as Ultron though,
Yeah,
because I didn't expect him to be played like that at all.
yeah.
That was
But like
really
I say, my biggest criticism of it is they didn't really stick to what Ultron did. Like, they didn't spend enough time of it being an Age of Ultron. It was more just like an hour or so of Ultron.
Yeah,
It was just like, oh my god, he's powerful. Well, we've defeated him.
it felt more like it was more like a setup for the films
Yeah,
to
like
come.
it could have been like it should have been like drawn out over months. They could have played with it really well, but they didn't. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'm torn between Jurassic World or I really did enjoy Fast and Furious.
I
But,
I
did-
haven't seen that.
Do you know why I really enjoyed it as well? Because I didn't expect much from it at all.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
what
thought-
I mean. It's
yeah.
just shut off brain.
Yeah,
Just enjoy a.
it was
a good
really,
time.
and it at the time for a short time it broke the box office as well. Not
yeah,
literally.
It's number 4
Yeah,
on the list.
and then it
But
was
then when you look at the
pretty
ones above it, you got Inside Out.
Can I
gosh.
just take a minute to talk about Inside? No,
I
go on.
was going to give it a minute to it as well. Because if I have to choose a runner-up, or at least this will be my animated film of the year. Inside Out.
Another bit of conflict. Go
You don't-
for it.
Hang on, you don't like Inside Out?
I felt as if it could have been one of like the little short films that Pixar make before
No
the proper film
way.
comes out.
It's the best Pixar film for a long time. These are people who started making planes. It's a terrible film. Terrible.
Planes is a film you can put on in the background and kind of fall
Oh,
asleep to and
yeah.
nap on a Sunday
That's
afternoon
awful.
after a roast dinner.
Inside Out at heart, it was not. It felt like that older film.
Right, I agree. Inside Out, it had a really good story and a really good principle, and the idea of of all these emotions controlling your brain and stuff. The fact that there was only a few emotions when there's like so many more you can have. Whatever.
Kids'
that's fine.
film.
Yeah, I think more.
Ambivalence.
It was like it
Sexual
kicked in.
confusion.
It kicked into the story, and you're like, "Oh, this is really good." And then it was like all of a sudden they were back, and it was all over again. I felt
Did
as
you just
if
fall
it just
asleep and wake up at the end?
No, they could have done so much more, and they didn't. That was all it was. It just felt like it was a bit like, oh, right, okay, that was it, all right.
I know, I loved it. I did.
So,
It was really good.
Yeah, votes of 2-1. Jurassic World, best film of the year.
And that's why
Until
we
Star
have
Wars comes
terrible- Yeah, until Star Wars.
I don't want to overhype it in my head. You know, when you said you wanted to relax a bit from it, that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to avoid it now, so I don't want it. I don't want to go in there with massive
Where's it
expectations.
set? Like, is it set?
It's set
After?
In space.
30 years after.
It's in a galaxy far, far away.
We went through all of this. I explained the whole.
Okay, never mind. I didn't ask that question. Let's move on.